Welcome to Opinion Havers, a movie podcast for ancient Egyptian pharaohs. I'm Tyler.
I'm Cody.
I almost said I'm Cody.
I was going to say, it seemed like you were tripped up a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm Cody. You're Tyler. Moving on. I'm Tyler.
I'm Cody. Moving on.
Cody. What did we watch?
Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie?
Yeah.
Or is it Yu-Gi-Oh! Pyramid of Light? I'm very confused. It seemed like the title card of the movie said it was Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie. It seems like IMDb says it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Pyramid of Light.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, Pyramid of Light.
Where does the colon go, though? Is it after
Both.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is it after the movie?
Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, Pyramid of Light.
Colon.
Yes. Oh my gosh, there's still a little bit of the Red Bull in here from the last episode.
Oh. Still good?
Oh yeah, Red Bull never goes flat. I've had a Red Bull in my fridge for a week, taking a sip, still fizzy, and I was like, what magic are they doing in Austria to make it retain the fizz that long? Anyway.
I don't know. So
here's
where do you even start?
It's the Yu-Gi-Oh! For anybody that doesn't know, it's the Yu-Gi-Oh! Movie from 2004. It's the first major motion picture based on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Franchise. Everybody loved it. We all saw it. We all got the card. I got the crappy little fuzzball. My dad got like one of the Sphinxes, the most powerful cards in the game. So I stole his card. Shockingly, he did not care.
Okay. Yeah.
Cody, do you want to try to summarize this movie for me?
Yeah. There's a lot of worms. There's a big can of worms. All right. Yu-Gi-Oh! Plays a card game. He is also... Yugi is a young boy.
His name's Yugi.
Yugi is a young boy who is sometimes possessed by the spirit of an ancient pharaoh. They both are very good at a card game that everybody plays. He's the best around, but his nemesis doesn't like that he's the best around. And he may just get tangled up in dark, mysterious powers to try to come out on top. Yugi versus Kaiba.
Thank you. Seto.
Yeah.
Is his first name. Kaiba is his last name.
Seto Kaiba. Kaiba-san? Is that what we say?
No.
All right.
Just Kaiba.
Okay.
I'll tell you why. But first, Cody, let's hop in our dragon jet. Because I want to jump right into the spoilers.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. That's okay.
Hop in this dragon jet with me.
Okay.
I hope you know what you're doing. And you were thinking the same thing.
I was just hoping the same thing.
Yeah. Now before
there were some gems in this movie. That was my favorite, I think.
Before you get too into it, Cody, I got like a little factoid here. I was gonna set my phone down there and change my mind. Just so you're on the same page, on the right page, on the same page as me.
Okay.
Because I've said some of these things before, and you laugh it off like I'm joking. So I've adjusted these facts for the 3 years since. First off, it says 3 years since Yugi started playing. He's playing before the first episode of the show.
His dad owns a card game store.
His grandpa.
Right?
He's an anime character, which means his parents are long gone. All right. His grandfather, who you know, we all know it. We are all familiar with the classic story. His grandfather, a famous Egyptologist who got trapped in a tomb with another famous Egyptologist, and then now he owns a game store because somebody else that wasn't trapped in the tomb where all the stuff from Duel Monsters came from started Duel Monsters. Anyway. In this movie, Pegasus is 27 years old. Joey, Yugi, Tristan, and Taya, and Seto Kaiba are all somewhere between 17 and 19. They were all
Yugi is 17 years old, roughly.
maybe. There are some who
I thought he was like
postulate.
12.
So when the movie started, they were all in the second year of high school, but he's so small. So some postulate that he is one of them savant kids, them young kids.
Yeah?
But the rest of them were all
I almost skipped a grade. Did I tell you that?
no.
They I don't remember all the. I just remember being asked about it. Like they toyed around the idea of it.
Yeah,
I did not do it.
you weren't
But
smart
I did.
enough.
I was also one of those kids who was born in September, so
Yeah.
I chose to go to school right away rather than wait a year.
I was forced to wait a year because I didn't know street signs when I was 5.
Mhm.
That's if you're in
What does that mean?
If you're in Arkansas,
You don't know street signs.
if you're in Arkansas,
Like
and
you
wanna
didn't know what they
skip-
were?
Yeah, that's what they do. They show you a sheet of
No,
street
but
signs.
I'm saying but you understood the concept of a sign.
yes,
Okay, all right.
they show you a yield sign.
But you didn't memorize all. Wait, they
Yeah.
made you take a driver's license test?
Yes.
5 years
That's how you
old.
get into first grade in Arkansas. Is they're like, what is this?
What?
And I'm like, I know you have to wait for other cars. And they're like, but what kind of sign is it? I was like, I don't know. And then they're like, go to kindergarten. And I was a gigantic kindergartner. Anyway, the point is, he is at max age during this film 19 because they're graduated. They're moving on to the next stage of their lives. They're teenagers
I'll tell you what.
living their
Joey-
best lives.
Joey and Tristan made 13-year-olds with really tough older siblings,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, but you're telling me they're on the cusp of graduating high school and going into college.
Yeah, they've
That's
just,
where
I
they're
think at this point, they've just graduated high school or it's like their senior year.
at. All right. I'll tell you what. I just got pause here. You fed me a nos, and I don't know what you put in it. If I've been drugged.
Nos.
Hold on. Let me just. Is my heart okay? My heart rate is 20 BPM faster than normal. All right. Carry on. Just
you're
wanted to
feeling
acknowledge that. What is in this?
Nitrous.
Did you put speed?
NOS is just speed dissolved in Red Bull. That's what it
Okay,
is.
All right.
My point is, the real factoid here is Pegasus is 27 years old. That's what you
So
really...
Pegasus is basically my age.
Exactly. Yes. That's really all I wanted to drop
Most
on
of
you.
my friends are 17 years old. Is that not? When you're 29, most of your friends are about.
He's not
high
friends
school
with them.
age?
They're children.
Hold on.
He is the head...
Can we
Okay,
talk
these are
about
the fa-
Pegasus though?
Okay, Pegasus was a young boy. He was... Okay, when you first meet him, he's 24, but longs for a lost love who died. His wife or something died?
No.
His girlfriend. His sister. They're very unclear on who it was. Okay? And Seto Kaiba is head of one of the largest corporations on the face of the planet. And he started when he was 10 and dumb as a poor little orphan boy and has built this corporation. He knows what he's doing, Cody. And Pegasus was the same way. They're old men now by Japanese anime standards.
So
I just
Pegasus. Here's the thing. I collected Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yeah,
I
you
collected Pokemon. I collected Yu-Gi-Oh. I did a little bit of Digimon.
Mhm.
I watched Pokemon show. I watched Digimon show pretty religiously. I've only seen 5 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh, but it was I was there for the craze, and I forgot all the details. And so
Oh, yeah.
watching this, I was like, oh yeah, Kaiba, oh Yugi, oh Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Okay, this is so weird. Oh Pegasus, I forgot. Basically the hair brought it all back. Every character I was like, I forgot this dude just has a point horn hair.
Yeah.
Tristan.
Well,
Okay, but
there's-
Pegasus.
yeah. Pegasus is head of security.
He's a 27-year-old man
aggressive point.
with silver lilac hair. He has to be a pansexual. And you're saying he's the guy who sells he's the card guy, the
Yeah.
card mogul.
He created Duel Monsters.
But Duel Monsters, so where does it tie in with the thousands of year old pharaoh?
So he based it on the Shadow games.
Oh, the ancient
Yeah.
shadow games.
But
of
nobody
Egypt?
knows that. Even though not even Grandpa Yugi, because he somehow
Okay.
does not remember being locked in a tomb for a week with pictures of all these Duel Monsters.
This is my real question.
Yeah.
Why does Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yugi. It's Yugi. Yugi
What's the name of the
Moto.
pharaoh?
Yami.
Yami.
Yami Yugi.
What is Yu-Gi-Oh? Just the name?
Just
of
what he
the
shouts when he becomes Yami, I guess. I don't know.
Alright. So anyway, Yugi. Why does Yugi look just like Yami? Why does he look just like the Pharaoh?
reincarnation? He is the reincarnation.
He's the reincarnation. Wait, so there's nothing he did to tie himself to the Pharaoh, but I thought he put together the puzzle.
He put together the puzzle because he's the reincarnation of the Pharaoh.
So Yugi is almost a full-grown man. Most people are done growing by the time they're 18, 19, 20, right? Some people up to 22.
He is much taller.
Maybe 25. I could be really pushing it. So Yugi is 17 years old, like a certified little person. Yeah. Like legally, what's the word? A dwarf.
Unless he's like 14.
Legal dwarf.
Yeah.
And so Yami is the grown version of him. Yeah. But he's this growth spurt's going to hit him like a sack of bricks. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah. Yami is 6'1".
I have so many more questions. You don't even know. Okay. I have so many more questions. The hair. Can you explain the hair to me? This has puzzled me since I was a child. Yugi has like blonde hair and then like a black and purple headdress coming out of his... That's his hair?
Yeah.
It's not a hat.
No, it's natural. He's 5 feet tall.
What do you have to be a certified dwarf? 4'10"?
4'6", I think. 4'6" or less.
All right. So... So the puzzle he puts, the Millennium Puzzle, no one's been able to ever put it together. He's been laboring over left and right, but it's just a brain teaser, right?
Right.
Okay. Why does the ancient pharaoh look like an anime character? You said because he's a reincarnation of...
So it's not Yami. Yami, it means a different thing. His name is Atem, which they never say in the show as far as I know. Or... Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let me get more of my lore questions out of the way.
Well, see here. Let me stop you for just 1 second.
All right.
Here's my plan for this episode. I wanted to drop these truth bombs on you. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I just go through.
And I think we've covered everything that you need to know about the show. Really, right?
Yeah.
All the background information.
I have a piece of background to share, though.
I just want you to go through your notes. I want you. Okay. You have the floor.
All right. First note.
Go for it. Yeah.
Even this is a quote from the intro to the movie. Even eternity doesn't last forever.
Yeah.
That has to be just something that makes sense in Japanese, but in English the two words mean the same, and they're like, I can't reconcile this. What happened? Is it lazy writing? Is a bad translation? I need an answer. Even eternity doesn't last forever. I'll wait. I will wait.
It's bad translation.
All
4
right.
Kids is known for the kind of like goofy translations. It's not like fun. Everybody's looking at like Funimation nowadays, and they're like, "See, look, all this stuff they can translate it well." It's like Funimation. Look, they're on another level. They're like the show premieres in Japan. It is properly dubbed or subbed at least. Like probably before the show finishes.
Right.
Because they're on it and they know. And they have people who their people are fluent in both languages. 4 Kids was like, hey, Greg, you got Google Translate on your computer. You're in charge of translating the scripts.
Here's who I want to talk to.
Yeah.
I want to talk to the punch-up writers for this show. Because I know not all humor translates, and especially like Japanese humor is very different from American humor, I've heard. Who are the heroes that went through and took 20 minutes to punch up this script? I want to know. There are some jokes in here that I am excited to talk about.
It was Greg and Terry.
Okay, Greg, Terry, thank you for your service. I had a question. Is this a kickoff movie or an interlude movie? And the moment after I wrote that note, it like did the whole rundown. Like, Yugi's been here for 3 years already, doing fighting cards and dueling boss. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. It's an in-between movie.
It's in between season 3 and 4.
Because every now and again, they do like a kickoff movie, where it's like, we're starting with this movie or whatever. Okay. Here's my next note. I told you, I was here for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Craze. I was alive for it. I saw it. I took part in it. Our elementary school got a new piano, and they're like, we're going to have a fun little contest where the kids can vote on the name of the piano. What's the nickname for the piano going to be? We're having new music on the wrong side. Can you guess what happened? All the 5th grade boys banded together and did a write-in campaign to name it Kaiba.
Yes.
And the music teacher had to like veto it and be like, I'm sorry, we can't do this. Like there was even a really thoughtful student that was like, you know, we should name the piano Duke after Duke Ellington. And all the boys got together, named it Kaiba. And they had to veto and be like, I'm sorry, we cannot name the piano after an anime character. I think they ended up just going with Duke.
Here's the thing. I mean, it's like when Canada was like, name our boat. And they're like, what did they? It was like, Hitler did nothing wrong and Bodie McBoatface were the winners. And they're like,
Bodie McBoatface.
And you guys, and they're like, you guys are the worst. And they never learn, you know? My thing is, if I was an elementary school teacher and I was like, we're naming this thing, and they're like Kaiba, and I'm like, all right, the new hall of the school is Kaiba Hall. Like I stick by it. You know, you gotta live by that. But no, they can't believe they did you dirty like that.
I mean,
I didn't see the Kaiba coming. I thought it was gonna be like Yugi-oh or something.
Right. Oh man, I thought his cards were Exodia, or is that like a different set of Egyptian cards he has?
Exodia, he used it, and then here's what happened. He had Exodia, used it once, and then some little kid comes up and he's like, "Can I see Exodia?" And he's like, "Hey, yeah, sure, here you go. You can hold him." And then he chucked him off a boat.
Okay.
And
I mean, it's a dumb premise, right? Because the only thing with Exodia is if you get all 5 Exodia cards and you win.
Yeah.
Like all 5 pieces of them. Cool.
Which everybody's like, that's hard. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like saying if you get a royal flush in poker, you win.
Right. Yeah.
You're not going to get the royal flush.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but yeah. So, but then Tristan being the hero, not Tristan, Joey being the hero, dove into the ocean off of a cruise ship.
Yep. And
recovered a foot. And I had the foot. That was the only piece of Exodia.
I came across like a Japanese one piece, and I was like, all right, well.
That's how early, let me tell you something. That's how early I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! I liked the show and everything when it was not even through the first season. And so my aunts and uncles got together and got little booster packs, but it was before they had English ones.
Oh, the English ones. Okay.
So they were Japanese booster packs.
Wow.
I still have some of them. I don't know what they do.
That's how everything was. Even like you got one, you're like, it's so cool. I can't use this.
I can read the numbers.
Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh has 3 god cards now that aren't Exodia.
Yeah.
And it's like Slifer, which I might have had Slifer. Or I had a friend who had Slifer. I've seen Slifer. You had the blue guy.
Yeah.
And then there's something Dragon of Ra.
Winged Dragon of Ra.
Yeah. Anyway, if you play them all at once, I guess they combine for infinite power?
Yeah.
Infinite strength.
Yes.
Infinite power.
Yes.
Why do we even have a game? Why do we have a game that has numbers if there's a card that has infinite strength?
I don't know.
Okay, how about the word postulate? They used it like 4 times in like 2 sentences. What happened there?
Here's what I think. I think they were translating it and someone's like, well, it translates to like, I don't know, like figure it out. And they're like, what's a bougie way of saying that? And they're like, deduce. And they're like, no, what's the step up from that? And someone's like, postulate. And they're like, yes.
You did it. All right, Pegasus once again is here, the pansexual mogul of all cards. He has a nightmare, and he's like, no more white wine spritzers before bed.
He's retired now.
And then in the morning, he's drinking red wine spritzers.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're trolling the spritzer community, but they got to watch out, okay?
Here's the thing. Pegasus is 27 years old in this.
Mm-hmm. Does his eye make him see cards? Is that what he does?
That was his ability until
he lost it.
Yeah.
Some kid threw it in the ocean.
No, their friend who's like their friend who's possessed by an ancient entity that steals Millennium items, but is himself trapped inside of a Millennium item for stealing Millennium items, but he can somehow still steal Millennium items. Anyway, it's not important. What's important is he rips it out of his face.
All right.
But it's also he's the guy that gave it to. Anyway, they rip it out of his face. I don't know if it's because they stole it or he's not worthy of it. Whatever. It's not in the movie.
All right.
He's just got a hole.
Oh. I guess it's worth mentioning that a ghost demon of some kind places a card into his deck secretly.
Yeah.
So that's important to know.
Because
the plot of this movie is Kaiba wants to duel Yugi and beat him. And a demon's like, sweet, I'll sneak in some cards so that things happen. I don't want to poo-poo on the fun of this movie, but what is real and what is not? This is what I don't understand. They put on the wristband things, and that's where they play the cards, which, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! As a trading card game, as like a card game, is 90% less fun since I never had one of the wrist thingies.
Yeah.
You know? That's the whole point. But they have life points. When their life points get attacked, they feel physical pain?
Yeah.
Why? The monsters manifest themselves. Sometimes they're riding the monsters. What is that? Is it black magic? Is it satanic in some way? What is happening?
Well, I mean...
Because Pokemon, it's like, look, these monsters are really fighting each other. The pocket monsters, the monsters that fit in your pocket, we train them, we fight them. And this is like... Digimon's like, they're digital monsters. We're in a digital world with them. And This is like... It's trading cards that come to life but don't, but they will hurt you and possibly destroy the world.
Yes.
Anyway, it's a kid's game.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't explain any of this to me. You're of no help.
Kaiba made the hologram duel thing. And in it he put where it's like, oh, if something attacks you directly with an electric shock attack, it's going to shoot lightning bolts at you and hurt you. And everybody's like, cool.
Kaiba's so cool.
Yeah.
So here's my thing about anime.
Yeah.
Possibly my favorite thing about anime that's true of virtually every anime.
Yes.
Is the friendship power ballad.
Oh.
I love, especially kids show anime, because it's like, hey, it's a new season, we need a new song. What should the theme of the song be? And Gary is always there in the room to recommend friendship. And I love it. Yeah. I love the lyrics to anime theme songs, especially the kids ones, the positive message, the vague friendship power. This movie, the point of this movie is that friendship power is strong, and I love it.
Yeah. Here's the thing. They're talking about the symbol, the special secret symbol they drew on their hands, which I always used to think was some like Egyptian symbol because I could never figure out what the heck it was when I was a little kid because I always was not, kid with the ADHD. You're not paying attention to it enough to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Point is, it's just a smiley face. It's just a smiley face on their hands, but they all put their hands together and Taya draws a smiley face.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Okay, I was very...
And they're like, our special symbol. I'm like, it's a smiley face.
Oh, remember earlier when they're like, everyone's forming Yugi because they all want a piece of him because they want to win his god cards. And then Joey and Tristan are like, everyone's here for us. Here's
they were going to distract him by running away. I guess, I don't know.
Here's the thing. I entirely forgot about the aggressive Brooklynese stereotype of Joey. I think I was too young to notice like the different kinds of accents or whatever. But he's blonde.
Yeah.
What? So he's a Brooklynite living they're in Japan?
Yes.
No?
I think so. Yeah.
How did that happen?
Here's the thing. I think everybody, I know for a fact, Pegasus is supposed to be American.
Uh-huh. Because he's pansexual.
Exactly. Because he's a rich douche. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Because he's richer than the richest person they know. And he's evil. Thus he's American. I guess. Okay. I don't know. But I don't know about the rest of them. I don't know if Joey might, you know what? I'm going to look it up. Joey might.
He's got to be an exchange student or something. Or like his family just moved there from Little Italy.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, yeah, he's an exchange student. He's normally he moved from Okinawa to Tokyo, and it's like that doesn't explain it. I bet you that's what's gonna be. Anyway, I'll look it up and I'll tell you. You keep going on these notes. I want to hear your problems.
Okay, my other favorite piece of writing in this movie.
Yeah,
I think Pegasus was like. Well, I think the funny thing about these kinds of movies is like we've already done 2 seasons of a TV show. And the kids know everything there is to know about this series. Also, it only makes 30% sense anyway. But this is a standalone movie, and there are adults in the theater who want to vaguely understand the plot. So we have to rush in all the details as we go. So it's like when Seito Kaiba and Pegasus meet up, he's like, hey, here's a little jab at you. Haha. And then Kaiba's be like, we are enemies. Don't pretend like we're friends. You're like, okay, we got to get the back. Let's just, you're just sneaking so much exposition to a thing like this. Cause you're like, we've laid all the foundation. We've all the groundwork is here, but we got to catch the parents up so they don't ask for a refund of their money. I should also point out, I don't think we talked about this. I think this is the lowest rated movie we've done on Rotten Tomatoes by a wide margin. This is the lowest rated movie we've seen.
But it's pretty good audience score considering.
What is it? What's the audience score?
It's like 50 or something like that.
The tomato meters are sitting at a solid 5% on it.
Yeah, it is.
There are movies with 0% Rotten Tomatoes, but there aren't a lot of them. This is got to be right at the bottom of the list.
Not ones that even I would make you watch. I'm not that cruel.
So anywho, Pegasus and Kaiba are at it, and Pegasus, kind of sarcastic, is like, sounds like someone needs a hug. And then Kaiba's like, no thanks. And keeps going. He said, I don't understand what happened. Someone needs a hug. He's like, no thanks. He's like, I don't think he was really offering. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm here for it. There's a great fart joke in this one. It was like, something smells fishy or whatever. And then Tristan's like, that was me. I was like, oh, all right. That's okay. Like, we went there.
I've gone down a little bit of a rabbit hole with Joey here. I've got something to report about him if you're interested in the answer.
Yeah.
I don't think he's from Brooklyn, but so in the original Japanese, he does not use honorifics, which means he speaks very rudely. And like the way he says, like he'll say something that directly translated just as, the word, but is often translated as like obscene ways of talking or addressing people because of how it comes across. And that has carried through every dub that they just are like, what's the most crass and offensive accent and people from this language?
No.
They went with the Brooklyn for him in English. But yeah, that's all that I guess it comes down to. Is that he's just supposed to sound like a rude douchebag.
All right, well that's fair play. He and Pegasus duel. Kaiba and Pegasus, that is, and the whole point is Kaiba's like, I want whatever card you got up your sleeve. I know you got some card to beat Yugi.
Yeah.
So that's fun. They fight. What? Oh, Pegasus. Okay, he does something just insane.
Yeah.
He's like, I have just the thing to beat your monster. Blind draws a card and plays it. What was that? He said, I've got just the right thing. He pulled out a card and just played it and was like, exactly, this is the card I was talking about. It was like he was supposed to have drawn the card and been like, I've got just the thing, then played it. Instead, he said, I've got just the thing. Draw, play. I don't know. What was that?
He knows his deck. What
happened? He doesn't have the eye thing, right? That's the whole thing. He used to have the eye so he could foresee, he could like X-ray vision eye and see whatever card he had next, or whatever card his opponent had next.
X-ray vision eye. He saw into your mind and saw what you saw. That's how Yugi beats him.
So how did he know the next card was just the thing to beat Joey?
He cheated.
Okay. There's some great. I mean, look, the punch up. I'm telling you, it's great.
Yeah.
Tristan and Joey fall into the light of pyramid, whatever, MC Escher stairs abyss. Tristan's like, Joey, I feel as bad as you look. I love it. They went all into it. And what did... That's the whole thing. There's some mystery happening. They know something is going wrong. Yugi... What's his name? Yami?
Just Yugi.
Yugi?
Are you talking about the
Pharaoh?
Atem, or just Pharaoh, or Yugi?
The Pharaoh can
Dark
sense it.
Yugi.
Kaiba doesn't care. And Pegasus is like, something's up. So Pegasus shows up later and he's like, hey, so here's what's going on. We got this evil Pharaoh guy from the old days, and he's coming back, and he's poisoning something or whatever, an evil spirit. I looked it up. I was like, well, this information is readily available. It was not posted at the museum where all these artifacts. I am very confused. That's my favorite thing to ever explain. Like, if you're a writer and you're writing a screenplay and you've ever painted yourself into the corner, what you do is you bring someone in from the previous scene to say, I looked it up and explain everything. Yeah. Don't worry, I did a Google. I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Very important question. Why does Yugi have an S&M belt around his neck? I never noticed it until now. It's a belt, like a 3-inch black belt around his neck. It's not a choker, okay? I cannot emphasize. It's not a collar. It's not a collar that looks like a belt. It is definitely just a belt.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Cody.
Explain,
the phrase...
No. Explain it, please. I need this. What is it?
It's buckles and zippers. That's what this show is.
When he transforms from Yugi into the Pharaoh, you're like, boom. Are those pleather blue pant and suit? It's shiny. Is it shark skin? It's,
Did you notice how many buckles were on his jacket? Or on Seto Kaiba's jacket? The only person not rocking the buckle is Pegasus. And that's because he's got that little, like, southern gentleman, like, knot tie.
Oh, and he's got the
think is acceptable.
He's got like a double-breasted,
he's got a petticoat
coat thing. Yeah.
He, and it's the buckle situation in the show Yu-Gi-Oh at all. It just entirely it's insane. It's crazy. Later in the show it gets even crazier. All right. I'll tell you that right now. You also notice, I think at this point, yes, I have confirmed. It goes from the pyramid being held around his neck by a string or a strand to a chain. It is held by a chain. So
I recall.
He's also wearing 2 belts.
Oh yes, the double belts. I forgot about that.
He also has a buckles on his wrists.
Who does he need to restrain? Okay, that's what I need to know.
He also apparently has this buckle around his neck from the beginning of the show, and I did not realize that. But
it's fine. Here's the thing. This is my beef. I have a beef with Yu-Gi-Oh. My problem is the show does not accurately portray the rules of the card game, and so this is where the stakes kind of start to go out the window because it's just like you pointed out some of the rules, and we had little discussions. I only ever played 1 or 2 games of Yu-Gi-Oh, like really played it because it's just like I was a little too young to really grasp the rules and play it properly.
Yeah.
But I don't. They're just summoning monsters and playing as many cards, and they've got all this stuff. I don't. There's no structure, and it takes all the stakes out of the game because it seems like shouldn't he attack her? No, he didn't attack her. Did he attack? Did he skip his turn? He seems to have taken 3 turns without letting the other person take a turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very confusing for an adult trying to understand a show that's not meant to be comprehended, merely consumed by children. I couldn't keep up.
This is the easiest way, I think, to wrap your mind around it. It's if you took Dragon Ball Z and said, how do I make the fights card games?
Okay. No, that's a pretty good way of explaining it. I'm trying to think of what turned here. But at some point I said, oh, so none of the rules have ever mattered. Because at one point, the evil spirit dude just pops on out, discards Kaiba. Oh, here's what it was. It was when Yu-Gi-Oh was Yugi. I'm sorry, like whatever. Yugi. No. Kaiba's like, I play this card and I use it to destroy the Pyramid of Light so that he can take the monsters that were trapped from it. Anyway, and then the evil spirit dude just like, no, you can't. I will the card to stay there. I was like, what? So the whole premise is that it's a card game, and now you're saying the rules don't matter because you can will whatever you want. But then later, Yugi can destroy the Pyramid of Light, and what happened to the guy willing it to still be there?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Let's just keep on going. So the match keeps going on, and So, at a certain point, what's his name? The evil spirit guy's like, all right, we're not playing card games anymore. This is a real monster. So now there's a real monster. He says that.
Yeah.
And so now he's like, you got to fight this monster. It's got a giant axe coming out of its forehead. It's got an axe tomahawk.
Yeah. He's like, your dumb cards can't do anything against a real monster.
And then Kaiba's like, Yugi, use this card. And it's his shiny eyes dragon. And then that becomes a real monster? But why? Because I thought the whole thing was Yugi was out of cards, but then a card just laying down, so Kaiba throws it to him, and then he plays it, but it's a real monster that can destroy the other monster that's a real How does it become a real monster?
Yes.
How does a real No, stop. What happened to this? Here's the thing. When Yugi beats Kaiba in the match, I was like, what a satisfying ending to this arc. And then they're like, just kidding. The Pharaoh's here and it's a real monster now. I was like, well, now I'm not even interested because I know it's just going to work out fine.
Yeah.
How did the dragon become a real monster? Why have we not utilized this power more? Why is not Kaiba the ruler of the earth?
Was it a real monster? Yes.
The evil Pharaoh guy said his monster was real now.
Yeah.
And then they combated it with the Shiny Eyes Dragon.
Yes.
So in theory, the Shiny Eyes Dragon is now a real monster because it just expelled a real monster, right?
Yes.
Am I wrong here? Have I gone crazy?
Yes. It's Yugi. He's got the pyramid with the magic.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Whatever. How'd they get that? Why did they choose that? When the dragon leaves, when the Shiny Eyes Dragon is like, all right, I did my job. I'm going to go away now. It makes a sound that I'm going to ask you to replicate. So my first question.
Yeah.
Go for it. No, go for it. No, make the sound. Make it.
I was testing.
No, make it.
How full is your water?
Not too full.
I think you can do it easier if you shout. You just got to scream into your hydro flask. Perfect.
That's the sound it makes. Now let me ask you, why? It's the most powerful card in the game. It's the most powerful card in Kaiba's deck. All right, it's the most powerful thing he can play.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And then it made that sound. That's not even like rough draft, first draft level noise. That was like the chair scraped across the ground. It picked up on the mic, and we don't have time to make a real dragon sound. What was that? Whose job was it to make the monster sounds? And were they fired?
I think that's a sound that gets used way too often for powerful dragon monsters in all the different animes.
Okay, here's how you make a dragon sound. I'm going to reveal a secret. It's the same way they made the T-Rex sound. You take 2 or 3 animal roars, reverse them, smush them together. And that's how you make any scary monster sound. It's very easy.
Yeah.
You can do it. I've done it. I've done it in iMovie.
But what if we have Linda scream into a tin can?
I just don't think you're going to come back. They're going to be hired for the next Yugi-oh movie.
Look, this movie made $29 million.
Can I know the budget or?
What do you think? What do you think this experience costs to make?
$5 million.
$20 million.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a final question. Kaiba was discarded by the, evil pharaoh dude. He was injured, whatever. He threw the card to Yugi, he played it. The dragon saved the day, whatever. When did Kaiba get bandages?
Did he have bandages?
He's holding his arm where he got hurt. And in the last scene, like he pops up, throws him the card, he's holding his arm. He's got bandages on his right arm.
Or is that just his shirt
him?
Bunched up?
I had that thought, but he was grabbing right at the spot. He's grabbing, and he has that cloak didn't have, he's the zipper guy, right? He's not bandage themed.
Well,
Yugi's got the buckles.
He's got a lot of buckles in this one with his new white sleeveless jacket. I mean, there he is,
So where the bandages were where the buckles were on that picture you just showed me. So
were they just the buckles?
They were white bandages.
Did,
Is there a longer cut of this
Magic.
movie where someone tends to him?
no, it's magic.
It's always the magic, isn't it?
It was the dragon.
So, I mean, there are my notes. You want to hear my thoughts?
Yes. That's all I want.
This was a bad movie. You know, some of the jabs I got a kick out of. I got a kick out of the white wine spritzer and the red wine spritzer. I got a kick out of the you look like you need a hug. No, thanks. The not getting the sarcasm, that was fun.
Yeah.
You know, and honestly, I do enjoy like the dumb anime, like, I've powered up beyond your comparisons. And then he's like, but you've trapped into my trap card, and now I've reversed your fortunes upon myself. Therefore, you know, it can be kind of fun. But as soon as the rules don't matter anymore, I was like, well, you broke my trust. I'll allow you to play extra monsters. I'll allow the turns to not make a lot of sense. But when you just straight up say, this game, none of the rules ever mattered, now I'm offended. And I would like a refund, please, sir. At a minimum, I will also accept one additional movie edition trading card as compensation.
Oh, then Cody, I got a deal for you. Because you got a booster pack for going to see this movie. That's what we all did.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to bring one for you, but I did not.
Oh.
I was going to bring you the suck puffball that I got twice. I saw this in theaters twice.
Oh my gosh. When they did for the what's it called? Detective Pikachu, they did the cards. That was so fun.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I mean, that was a good boy. If I was a good boy and did errands with my mom and did my chores.
Yeah.
On Saturday, sometimes I get a booster pack of Pokemon cards.
Nice.
It's like a fun little treat for me. Bless my mom for getting those because they were not cheap and we were not wealthy.
Yeah, they're like $5 for one of those packs, right?
Yeah, I think mid 90s it was more like $3.50.
Yeah, sounds about right.
$3.50. Ice Cream Man sold them for $4.
Nice. So
I mean, I would not. Look, I got a little slap happy watching the movie, and that's that's something. We didn't have to pay for it, and that's something else.
Yeah. How would you compare this to Broly?
I mean, it's much worse than Broly. I enjoyed Broly.
Yeah.
I mean, they share the essence of like, I'm powering up beyond your power up, but your power up is void because I have this hidden power up. You know, they share that.
Yeah.
But no one got punched through a mountain in this, and that makes it automatically worse. And at least Broly writing was much more consistent, you know, and I had empathy for Broly. Kaiba's just like a douche the whole time and won't listen to it. And he's like, yeah, I will destroy, my life purpose is to defeat you in a duel, and I don't care if I have to destroy the world to do it. And you're like, Kaiba, it's fine. You'll get there. He's a child. Just murder him. I don't know.
He does get real close to that in the show. Oh. Yeah, it's a wild ride. I could tell you were really cracking under the movie there at the end when I said when it started to do the real monster appear, and I said, haha, by winning you've activated my trap card.
Oh man.
And that sums it up. My favorite thing that I've seen, like a content creator, if you will, make about Yu-Gi-Oh was somebody filmed them and another guy. This is two guys playing Yu-Gi-Oh, just normal actual card game. And one of them, every single move the other guy made, he just said, as expected. And the other one, every time he drew a card, he'd be like, aha, yes, but they just played the game like normal. And neither one of them really knew the rules that well, so they had to like double check and reread the cards a lot. But he's like, yes, you've activated my trap. Wait, never mind. There's a lot of that, and it's very funny.
Oh man, it's like I need to, when I post this, I'll have to post the Magic the Gathering guy. His milk factory card, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I think the version of this card game that is truly endured is like Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
That's like for the real serious players, that's what everyone really plays.
Yeah,
But-
they're all based on the same. I mean, this Yu-Gi-Oh more than any of them is just Magic with 2 zeros on the end of all the numbers.
Yeah.
Pokemon's the same exact rules, but
Yeah.
not with 2 zeros on the end.
But this one, you sacrifice monsters, and I don't think you do. In Pokemon, you evolve your monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the rules in the show are never consistent with the actual card game, which is weird and dumb. But it's Konami, so what what are you really expecting?
I don't. Answers. Characters that are not. You can't be that short and just not explain it.
Yeah. There's also a VR chat
I don't
video.
trust anyone with blonde, black, and purple hair.
I did it for Halloween.
No.
Yes.
Pictures. I need
I
it.
don't have pictures of it. They don't exist. But did I dye my hair blonde? Is already kind of blonde. Did I dye it black with red highlights? Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Did I wear a leather blue trench coat? Yes. Did I put on belts of random parts of my body? Yes.
Oh man. I mean, that's the movie. That's what I got.
Yeah. I was also fat, so that was even funnier. I wish I had pictures because I'm sure I looked ridiculous.
Man, one day we'll have the ability to extract memories from our brains, and
Yeah.
I'll be there to watch.
You'll
this
see my
memory.
3 giant hair spikes. Yeah.
What else is there to say? Is there more truth to drop on me? I don't know if I can handle anymore.
There's no more. There's not. I mean, there's. The knowledge pool of this show is very shallow. It's not. There's not a lot of depth here. I just wanted to hear you go on about this movie. I needed someone else to have seen it to realize it.
This movie is like Small Soldiers for me. Where like I've never talked to someone else who was like, oh, I know that movie. I made you watch the trailer to it once, right?
I've seen it so many times.
Small Soldiers?
Yes.
See, I think that's what Small Soldiers is for me. Like, it was my life for 18 months growing up, and I had the action figures, and I watched that tape dozens of times. And I have no one to discuss it with.
Maybe one day.
One day.
Today we did Yu-Gi-Oh.
And I'm a better man for it.
Yeah, you are. You loved it.
Well, I'm not worse.
Are you glad that I didn't pay for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't need that $29 million creeping up anymore.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say.
I mean, that's the end. I mean, that's
Don't watch
that's all there is
it.
to
I wouldn't say.
What?
I wouldn't watch this again. I wouldn't make someone watch this.
It is solidly just another episode of the show. It is no better or worse.
I mean, I guess if this had been haunting me, I needed someone else to watch it to discuss it on like a recorded format of some kind.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would have preferred if Hera and Dox had made an appearance. It's the twin brothers that rhyme. And they, more than anything, just make up the rules to the game.
Forgot about those guys.
They changed the entire game into basically a chess match.
Oh.
And it's very weird. Anyway.
Well, thank you for listening.
Yeah. Thank you, Cody, for watching this with me.
Oh, you're welcome. You can share Opinion Havers wherever you can find it.
Yeah. On Voodoo.
Will be, our collaboration with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is sure to be coming out soon, right? I'm sure they're going to be contacting us after this episode and
I'm going to be honest.
setting up some cards.
We'd be willing to sell out to just about anybody, but I'm not selling out to Konami.
No.
If they contacted us and be like, hey, we want to sponsor you guys, I'd be like, you need to offer a lot. I would demand lots of money from them.
You got principle.
There's a price, but it's high and it's only for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links.
Okay.
Coming to a console near you.
Oh my god. Hold on. I just recovered a memory.
The Yu-Gi-Oh! PS2 game?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so bad. It was so confusing.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I want this so bad for me. Like, I want to be able to digitally play Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And I could never figure out how to tap cards, how to fuse, how to summon. I couldn't do any of it. So I was just sitting there. I've gone back at least 6 times to the game to be like, how does it work? I want to play it so bad, and I can never figure out how it worked.
Nobody could. That's the magic of the game. You have to have the same mentality as the characters in the show. We didn't even talk
once about the heart of the cards.
The heart of the cards.
You have to have the heart of the cards. That's like the thing I've carried in my heart from this. For playing like poker or like any other card game. Like you're not, you won't succeed because I have the heart of the cards. That's what you don't get.
I say that to my wife all the time. She does not understand what I'm talking about. She doesn't know about this show. She never watched it.
If you have the heart of the cards, you can tweet us at Opinion Havers. Challenge us on Insta. You can
be doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, an event.
Link up with us.
Link up.
And man, thank you for watching, listening, subscribing. Yeah. Thank you for your patronage. And until next time. Watch movies.
And have opinions. This movie was my trap card for this entire podcast.
What?
Cody, no. We almost forgot.
What?
I'm here. We're back.
I know.
We thought we did the only stinger.
What?
I have to do the thing.
Oh, do the thing. You should do the thing for my thing, too.
Oh, a double thing.
That might be too late.
I'm doing it. The machine.
Do the thing.
It's opening. Do the thing.
No.
It's Alita Battle Angel.
Dang it.
Yes.
Oh, that's going to be so good in 4K.
Yes, we can watch it on my TV.
Okay. Can you do mine, though?
Yes, I have to.
Because we didn't do Cody's Corner thing. I'm not looking forward to
Alita Battle
Angel.
It'll look beautiful.
Yeah.
Divine the film. Sunset Boulevard. So the next Tyler's Trash is Alita : Battle Angel, and the next Cody's Corner is Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, how artisanal.
Until next time, do the thing.
And have opinions.
Oh, okay.
Activate the...
Divine the film.
Divine the film.
Yes.